Hi everyone, welcome to or welcome back to my channel, Wonderfully Made. My name is Shanette and I thank you so much for taking a few minutes of your day to spend it with me. Today I'm finally posting update number 1 to my deck of panning project. If you don't know by now, 2025 is my year to use my products. Use what I have, use it up if I can, but if I can't use it up, I want to at least be able to rotate through things. So this project was created by Emily Max. I will definitely leave a link to her channel below where she goes into a lot of detail describing this project. You basically use a deck of cards. You pull a certain number of cards, usually about 5 cards. Each card is associated with a prompt that basically describes the particular product you need to pull out your collection to either use up, or you can set some sort of usage goal for yourself. And so it started in January. I know I posted my intro video a little bit late. I will link it in the cards up here somewhere, so make sure you check out that intro video. But this is update number 1. The first thing I have in this project is my Lorac Pro 2 eyeshadow palette, and my niece put a little heart on it. She gives me little notes all the time telling me how much she loves me. She's so sweet. So I pulled this eyeshadow palette for the graveyard prompt. Graveyard prompt means you pull something that had been part of a previous panning project that you wanted to pull back out, and I certainly resurrected this from the graveyard because this thing is so old, and the only time I had ever attempted any type of panning project was I think back in 2016 and was completely unsuccessful at it. I think I only posted like an intro video and that was it because I didn't really stick with it. And so my goal was to hit pan on 3 shades. That was the shade Cocoa right here, the shade Jade right there, and Mocha. And as you can see, I have a pretty good dip in all 3 of those shades, and I've used this palette approximately 6 or 7 times, maybe more. But I'm going to roll this out, and here's why. I do have the eyeshadows on my lids today. Today the eyeshadow look didn't come out too bad because I wet my brush when using the eyeshadows, and although these eyeshadows swatch beautifully still on the eyes, every look that I was creating was coming across sort of muddy. Now, at least on a couple of occasions when I wore this eyeshadow palette, my eyes were irritated, and so I was starting to believe that it was because of this eyeshadow palette and because it's so old. However, I have the eyeshadows on today and I feel fine. So I don't know. I'm not sure that this was the cause of my eye irritation, but I have to wet them in order for them to adhere to the lid. So I'm going to declutter this and roll it out. I don't even want to really use it anymore. The next prompt was for me to pull the newest product in my collection. That prompt means you can pull the newest product from your entire collection, or you can pull out your newest lipstick, newest blush, the newest of whatever category. And I ended up pulling out my Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer. This is what it looks like. I have really been enjoying using this, and you can tell that it's been used. I gave myself a goal to use this bronzer at least 10 times, and I used it so far about 7 times, so I only have a few more uses before I can roll this out. The next prompt that I pulled was something from my favorite brand, and I ended up just choosing Classic MAC. It's been a favorite. It was my first favorite, and so I chose this blush by MAC, and it's called Sweet as Cocoa. I believe it's been discontinued at this point, but I love this blush. and it has a really nice dip in it. My usage goal for this blush is to hit pan on it. I've only used it probably around 5 or 6 times so far because I forgot about it. So I'm definitely going to start really digging into this pretty much every time I wear makeup, because I want to be able to hit pan on this and still rotate through my other blushes. The next prompt I pulled was something indie, and I really don't have any independent brands in my collection. All of my collection at this point are from mainstream brands. You know, I love luxury products, and most of those luxury products are mainstream brands. So what I ended up doing, because all of these prompts are subject to interpretation, I chose something that was independent to my collection. And so I chose this Tom Ford cream and powder eye color duo in the shade 01 Naked Bronze, because it is the only one like it in my collection. And it basically has a cream eyeshadow at the bottom and a powder at the top. And I gave myself a goal of using this 10 times. And oh my goodness, I love this thing. I am so happy that I pulled that prompt because I've been enjoying it. I have used this multiple times. This is so easy to use. Like for a one and done eyeshadow look, just this by itself is so pretty. And then if you want to add a little bit of extra sparkle to it, you can top it with this. I also just use this topper on other eyeshadows. So yes, I have been loving this. It makes me want more of them, to be honest. I gave myself a usage goal of 10 times, and I have reached my 10 usage goal so far on this. So the next prompt was for me to choose something that was sentimental, and I chose 2 products for this particular prompt. The first being my Guerlain Meteorites. This is the Guerlain Meteorites Light Revealing Pearls of Powder, and I have shade number 4, which is the deepest shade that you can get in this, and I love this stuff. I'm going to try to show you guys what it looks like without the little pearls falling all over the place. That is what it looks like. I haven't figured out how to measure my progress with this yet, but my goal for this is to use it up. It is getting a little bit older in my collection. I absolutely love this stuff. I have used it just about every time I have worn makeup. But yes, this is very sentimental to me, basically because of how it smells. That old-fashioned rosy scent reminds me so much of my grandmother. And so that's why I ended up choosing this one. This is in it for the long haul because the goal is to use it up. The next sentimental product that I chose was my original chocolate bar from Too Faced, and my goal for this was just to use it for an entire week straight, which was going to be the week after I posted the intro video. I used it 7 times. I actually exceeded that usage goal because I've used this a number of times. Now this is the original chocolate bar palette. This thing is so good. I don't know what type of formula Lorac has. This formula, on the other hand, as well as many other eyeshadow palettes that I own that are old, is still in perfectly good condition. It still smells like vanilla. The eyeshadows perform just like they did when I first purchased this palette. Loved using this. I used it multiple times. I used it again today. I look forward to rotating this back into my into some other project at some point, but I enjoyed using it. All of the looks that I created with this palette came out beautiful, and yeah, so I love this. So I'm rolling out 3 products. I'm decluttering the Lorac Pro 2 palette, throwing that away. I have met my usage goal with the Tom Ford eyeshadow duo, and I also met my usage goal with the chocolate bar palette. However, The chocolate bar palette was in conjunction with this, so it was really one card. So I am going to pull two. So I have my deck of cards. I'm just going to shuffle them. And if I didn't mention it already, the game board does change every month. I think the face cards stay the same, but everything else changes on a monthly basis. Y'all, I reapplied my Pat McGrath lipstick right before filming this video, and look at it. My lips are so dry right now. It's ridiculous. I'm probably going to declutter my Pat McGrath lipsticks, the ones that I did keep. Okay, so I'm just going to pull two from the top. I have the Two of Hearts and the Jack of Hearts. I'm going to put this back. I need to take the Jack of Hearts. Just take the Jack of Hearts and the Jack of Diamonds out of my deck, because again, it calls for something indie, and I just don't have anything that's indie. Is it cheating if I just put this back and pull something else? I'm going to pull a different card. I'm just going to take it off the top. All right, so I have the Two of Hearts and the Six of Spades. So the prompt for Two of Hearts was to pull something glittery, and I decided to go with two Pat McGrath products. I'm going to treat them as one card. You know, I have to be extra pulling out two palettes, but this is the Pat McGrath Mothership number 5. And as you can see here, it has all of these yummy glittery shades. And so I definitely can get some use out of this palette. I haven't used this one in a long time. I also pulled out the Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity Love Quad. This glittery shade right here is beautiful. It's called Lavendering, and I definitely want to get some use out of this palette, especially that beautiful shade this spring. So I pulled out both of these. I'm going to give myself a usage goal of 10 usages, and then I'm going to roll them out. I have too many eyeshadows. I mean, I have like over 100 eyeshadow palettes and quads, so I definitely don't want to spend too much time on any particular palette. But yeah, so I'm going to use these at least 10 times, and that's interchangeably. As long as I reach the number 10, I could use this one 8 times and this one twice, or vice versa, and I will consider both of these used 10 times. However, I want to use both of them at least twice. Okay, so yeah, that's my usage goal for those. Why am I complicating things? Because your girl is a complicated person. We move on. My next card was a Six of Spades, and it called for either a cream or a liquid product. Again, I chose 2 because I'm extra. I chose something old and something new. Something bar, something blue. Who's getting married? Not me. Let's go with the something old. This is Max Luster Drops. Now, when it comes to expiration dates, does the product start to expire once you open it, or is the expiration date from the time that it's placed on the shelves? I don't know, but does it really matter? Because your girl gonna use her stuff anyway, right? Don't try this at home. I take chances. That does not mean you have to. But I just opened this, okay? It's new, but it's old, and so I want to get some use out of it. And the dog is barking. The grandbabies must be back. This was actually a collab with, I think, Rihanna. It's called Barbados Girl, and it's a liquid highlighter. Come in. And this is what that looks like. Hey, buddy.
Hi.
How was school?
Good.
Give me a kiss. I love you.
Can I be in the video? Sam?
You are in the video. Silly butt. No. I'm almost done. Anyway, that is what that looks like. It is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Love this. Can't wait to actually put it to use. You can use it to highlight. You can mix it with your foundation. So I'm definitely going to get some use out of that. And then my newer product is from Chanel. This is a liquid eyeshadow in the shade number 32 Vastness. Again, this is from Chanel. Swatch it for you guys. A beautiful one and done eyeshadow, and since I enjoyed the one from Tom Ford so much, I decided to go ahead and pull this out. Oh, look what I did. Swatch it right here. Beautiful one and done eyeshadow. I can also use it as an eyeshadow base, and so I love it. It's like a purple pinkish shade, but it's got some depth to it, like it has a brown base or something. Really pretty. Did I give a usage goal? You know what, I'm going to commit to using this at least 30 times, and the liquid eyeshadow, I'm going to commit to using that 10 times. That is it. Update number 1. This project goes all the way up until December 20th. So if you want to keep up with me on this deck of panning journey, then please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you will be notified every time I post a video, and give your girl a thumbs up. If you like this kind of content, definitely check out my other project pan videos. I am going to link them in the description bar below. And that's all I have for you today. As always, remember that you are fearfully and wonderfully made by God, and He loves you. And I'll see you in the next video.